There was a time when I truly thought there was something wrong with me, that others simply knew what they wanted, that they were strong and clear, while I often hesitated. I felt insecure, especially in interactions with others, especially when I wanted to say no but didn't dare. That feeling of sacrificing yourself, while deep down you need something else, that feeling burns over time. You notice your energy draining, you get irritated more easily, and yet you remain friendly and accommodating, even if it's at your own expense, until one day you think, I don't want to go on like this, and that's where the journey began for me. I started searching, not for quick fixes, but for understanding. I wanted to understand why it was so difficult to stand up for myself, why I felt small, why I so often put myself last. What I discovered is that much of our insecurity and difficulty setting boundaries can be traced back to what we learned somewhere along the way, sometimes unconsciously, maybe as a child, maybe in your youth, that you had to be good, that you had to be liked, that you had to adapt to fit in, and you carry that with you. To your work, to your relationships, to your friendships, until you discover that you're losing yourself. Self-confidence starts with knowing who you are, what you feel, what you need. That may sound simple, but it takes time. It requires silence, honesty, sometimes painful reflection, but also love, self-love. I started with small things, checking in with myself, practicing being honest, first with myself. What do I really feel? Where do I feel yes, and where do I feel no? And is that allowed to be there? There's often a sense of guilt about setting boundaries, as if you're being difficult or too much. But you know what I've learned? Setting boundaries isn't about being unkind. It's actually a way to maintain honest relationships with yourself and others. Boundaries aren't walls, they're lines you can stay safe within. And if you don't guard those lines, no one will do it for you. It was also important to realize self-confidence isn't a character trait you either have or don't have. It's something you build. Every time you choose yourself, it grows a little. Not spectacularly, but slowly, firmly. Sometimes that means you're afraid, but you do it anyway. Your heart is pounding. Your voice might tremble, but you say it anyway. No, I don't want that. I need time to think about it. That doesn't feel right to me, and sometimes it goes wrong. You overstep your boundaries again. You're frustrated, but that's part of it. It's not failure, it's learning. Because it's precisely in that setback that growth lies. If you're willing to look, feel, and get back up. It's a process, and I don't believe it's ever finished. But I do know that I'm proud of myself more often, because I stay true to what I feel, because I take myself seriously. And you know what's beautiful? When you take yourself seriously, others start to do the same. You attract a different energy. You create space for connection based on respect instead of conformity. And that's perhaps the most beautiful thing boundaries give you: freedom. Freedom to be yourself, to stand up for what's important to you, to live your own life without guilt. So we know it's not easy, but it is possible.